Clay Bennett is a local shaper and pier regular known by many, but unless you're over 50, you'd be unaware of the extent to which Clay is a local legend. In 1969, Clay was the East Coast champion in the boys division. In '71, at age 17, he was receiving weekly paychecks from Hobie Surfboards for doing nothing but ripping on their boards, making him one of surfing's first professional surfers years before a pro tour. Clay fearlessly charged big surf and dominated competition through the 70s and 80s, traveling up and down the East Coast, out to California, Hawaii, Mexico, the Caribbean, and around the world, representing North Florida and keeping Jacks on the map. He shaped for some of the area's best surfers under his label Clay Bennett Space Sticks. After longboards all but disappeared during the 70s and 80s, Clay was instrumental in the resurgence of longboard competition. Clay had his first son, Blair, now 36, and then had 5 more kids, 3 sons and 2 daughters. Clay has been actively involved in the local surf scene for over 50 years as a competitor, mentor, coach, judge, shaper, and icon. Clay Bennett is a true legend. Winnie Strickland had a short but profound career as a shaper here in the Beaches area. From the mid-70s to the early 80s, Winnie made boards under the Strickland label for some of the area's top surfers, as well as many aspiring up-and-coming Groms, helping to lead Team ESA North Florida to many victories. Winnie started out with Pooh's Corner on Mayport Road before moving to the Strickland shop on Sailfish Drive in Atlantic Beach, both of them hardcore surf shops. Winnie teamed up with such local luminaries as Joe Rowland, Alvin Farmer, Mike Wisnett, Greg Stritch, and super Groms like Chris Wooten, Danny Sibley, and many more. Today, 40 years later, Winnie's boards are somewhat of a collector item. He currently resides in Oceanside, California, and sets up screen printing equipment for large printers. In 1969, Holly Rubin became one of Jax Beach's first female surfing celebrities, even taking on the guys in competition.
My first contest, I believe, was an ESA contest, and the night before I taped on a cassette tape exactly how I was going to ride the waves. And I would ride, in my mind, I would say, okay, you've got to get in the right position. You've got to paddle depending on where the wave was breaking at to get into that position. And you had to ride it a certain way without being distracted. I was mainly surfing against boys on the competitive side. And it was fun because I was just kind of like a tomboy back then, and it really didn't bother me. I don't know how they felt about it.
Holly would organize and run local contests just to promote surfing and raise the level of performance in the area.
When I was 16 years old, I believe that's when I had probably my biggest success in winning contests and being recognized, since there weren't very many women out there at the time.
Becoming a young mother curtailed Holly's surf career, but it was that competitive drive that eventually led to a successful career in corporate America.
I'm just now finishing up a book called Making Waves in Corporate America, and it's an autobiography about growing up surfing, taking those skills into business, and how you can use many things that you've learned from a sport like surfing, or surfing itself, to actually succeed even further in life. And I'm very, very happy and blessed that it is part of my life, and all the people that were part of it will always be in my life forever.